Well, good morning, my lovelies, and thank you for joining me for another What I Eat in a Day as a vegan on Slimming World. Today is Sunday. God knows the date, like the 11th, 12th of April, something like that. But if you're new here, my name is Leanne, hello. And if you're coming back, as always, thanks ever so much for doing so. Now, I'm very aware that I've been absent for the last few days, and the reason for that is because I have just not been sleeping, and while that may sound strange, what it's actually meant is that I've basically become quite nocturnal, and so I was having meals at funny times, and then I wasn't eating, and then I hadn't done a video, but I'd done half of one. Basically, I've got like two half videos, so they're no good in content, so there's no point in me posting them. They're not going to be helpful to anyone. So hi Delts. There she is. Yeah, so basically here we are, it's Sunday, and I'm feeling a little more organised, or at least about to be, because I'm just going to try and do a bit of a meal plan for the week. I'm going to go grocery shopping, and that's that really. So thank you for sticking with me, as always. Right, now, weigh-in. Last week was Easter Sunday, or Easter weekend, and then we weighed on Thursday. I'm not afraid to say that I did have quite a big gain, basically because I lost all control over Easter, and I ate a lot of chocolate, and I gain weight really easily. So when I do go sort of off the rails, it really does pile on quickly. Not as quickly as some people I've seen in my long career as weighing people in at Slimming World. Yeah, let's soften the blow. So I think the most I ever saw in 1 week some person gain was 17 pounds, which is just incredible. And I swear a lot of that must be water weight. Like, you know, they must have just had lots of salty, junky food maybe. And then, you know, that's caused them to retain a lot of water as well, because I don't think you can put 17 pounds of actual weight on in a week. It's 1 stone 3 pounds, that's crazy. Anyway, so yeah, now I've softened the blow. I actually put on 5.5 pounds last week. Hopefully that doesn't sound so bad compared to that giant example I just gave you. But it's still absolutely a huge gain, and I am really gutted about it, despite my smile. So yeah, that's why I'm now sitting down, and I'm just going to take the time to try and work out what I want to eat this week, and I'll show you once I've worked it out. But for now, I am starting my day with an iced coffee and some water, of course. Let me show you. So as you can see, I'm all set up with my couple of books, well, a magazine and a book. Got my planner, so it's my big messy one, so I can just scribble on this one. I've got my iced coffee. So this is 2 syns, because it's full of ice, so it's just 200 mils of Alpro Almond Barista in there. So what I do is I put the ice in first, then I put it on the scales and I pour the milk over it, and then when it gets to 200 I stop, and I always make the espresso really strong so it's not much liquid, so that, because 200 mils of milk when this glass is full of ice is literally like to the top basically, so there's not a lot of room for the espresso, excuse my ratty fingers. So yeah, I just make the espresso powder really strong, and then it's just a teensy bit of liquid adding, and then of course it sinks, and you can mix it and make it look awesome and go from there really. So that's where I am right now. I'm not gonna lie, this just took me like an hour to do like a decent meal plan, because I'm just trying to keep it fairly interesting, use up what I've got, and keep it fairly cheap. I'm having a bit of a long month this month because my payday is changing, so I've still got like another 3 weeks till payday. So just trying to use some of my you know, things that I do actually already have in. So I'm just going to show you my meal plan. I've actually managed to make it all using recipes from the Free Food on the Go book. Now the only part that I haven't quite decided on is next week, Saturday and Sunday dinners. I know roughly what I'll have because I am a somewhat creature of habit, as you guys know. Hello, Noisy. And yeah, so I know roughly what I'll have, but I've not planned for that yet. But I am happy with the rest of my meal plan, so let me quickly show you, and then I need to get to the shops. Delta! Someone's noisy. You can just see her there. Delta. And now she stops because I'm not talking in a voice that isn't to her. See? Little monkey, aren't you? Anyway, here is my scribbles. I like meal planning. I do find it really stressful, especially when I do it on a Sunday like now and I've got half an hour till the shop's shut. So this is my plan. Do feel free to pause the video here, take a screenshot, do whatever. If you can read my writing, good luck with that. You'll notice that I've tried to split it into like 2 shops because of course I don't want to buy stuff now that I'm not using till next weekend basically. So my little list for today is everything I'll need to cover me up till essentially Thursday really. My Friday shop is actually really a Thursday night shop I think, but I'm not sure yet. So either way, it's fine. I'm not that set in stone about when I go or whatever. So, but this is what I'm gonna go for today. Okay, so I think I need to probably explain timings and things today because I'm very aware that I'm eating at funny times and funny things. So basically, if you've worked it out, I said that I have been having very strange sleep patterns lately. If I'm totally honest, this morning I actually went to bed at 5 o'clock this morning. I woke up at 11 and then like just pottered around basically. And then I didn't end up, when I first had my first coffee, it was at like 1 o'clock. And then, what did I do then? I faffed around a bit, I did a few chores, then I sat down, did my meal plan, and then obviously went to the shops, and at that point it was like 3:30. All I'd had was a coffee. I don't know why, some days are just like that. If that was a work day, I'd be having a little cry by then if I hadn't eaten. But weekends are a little bit different for me. I don't know why, it's just always been the case. So then when I got back from the shops, Mum was coming around for our usual like Sunday afternoon coffee. So I've got all the stuff that I bought behind me. I put some other stuff in the fridge, but I was starving hungry, as I'm sure you can imagine. And I was at that point where I was like, oh my God, I need to eat now. There's no way I can wait. So we watch like an episode or 2 of our programme on a Sunday. We actually watched 2 today. And so let me just show you here what I put in a bowl to have to eat, and I will talk you through it. So I've got some Ryvita. Let me just stay on this side so that I can keep the picture there. So I've got 4 Ryvita multigrain for my healthy extra B choice. Sadly my last ones, but hey, they're really tasty actually, so I do recommend those. And I put some cucumber on them, along with some 1 teaspoon of the Wicked Kitchen ranch flavour nooch seasoning, so that's half a syn. Cucumber is of course speed food. I also put some salt and some garlic pepper on there because, you know, just add the flavour. So yeah, so that was half a syn plus healthy extra B. Then I also did this like big fruit bowl, sweet bowl thing. So I had my Alpro Go On yogurt in there, which I bought 2 of while I was in the shops because, you know, for a treat, like they're expensive. They're like £1 each, those ones, which is why I don't buy them all the time because they're a bit expensive. But to be honest, I could easily eat 3 a day of those because they're just so nice. So, you know, wishing I had an unlimited budget. Anyway, they're 1.5 syns. That was 1.5 syns. I also had another iced coffee. So that was another 2 syns because it was another 200 mils. So at that point I'm on 6 syns, plus I've had my healthy extra B. I also, out of that bowl, I ate the banana and I ate the 2 little clementine satsumari things, which were delicious because they are really nice ones that I bought just over a week ago. Happened to be Tesco Finest ones because bizarrely they worked out cheaper, but happy days, they're so nice. And then I had a bite out of each of the 3 nectarines that I had in that bowl, but none of them had ripened properly, and I did suspect that was the case because they already had wrinkly skin. I've had them for about 3 weeks, but sadly there were some that never ripened, so that was depressing. And I didn't eat the apple because I didn't need it. So that's where we are. That's what I've had today. So essentially Ryvita with cucumber and a bit of nooch on it, a banana, a yogurt, and 2 little clementines, plus 2 iced coffees. So that's what I've had today. It is currently 6:10 in the evening. Now I am back at work tomorrow because, you know, I do work normal hours. Yeah, I really need to make sure that I go to bed at a reasonable time tonight to at least give myself a small hope. Oh my God, look at that sun. I can't see. That's crazy. Oh my God, that is so bright. It's that time of day where it's suddenly just like there. Anyway, yeah, so I need to give myself a hope in hell of a normal day tomorrow. But what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to prep my breakfast and lunch for tomorrow. Sorry, what I'm going to do is prep my breakfast for tomorrow and Tuesday and my lunch for tomorrow and Wednesday. Okay, I'm going to show you my meal plan, which I've lost. Awesome. And we're going to do that now, and I'm also going to show you my shopping, but let's talk through the meal plan first. Oh, excuse me. So here we are. Basically, I did it all from that free food on the go book. I've just done overnight oats for Monday and Tuesday, just as a quick and easy thing. Obviously, you guys know that I like my fruit seed yogurt combo, but that I like to prepare fresh. So I thought if I do overnight oats, I can have it ready for me, help myself out, you know what I mean? So that's Monday and Tuesday breakfast. And then tomorrow lunchtime, I've put in these sweet and sour chicken skewers, which are a recipe that I've looked at on that book for a while because easily veganized. But I've just never made them before, so I thought, why not? And I'm going to make enough for 2 days, so I'm going to have it on Wednesday as well, because it's nice, if you notice, I do like Monday and Wednesday, Tuesday and Thursday, Friday and Sunday, so try and like space out a little bit, so I'm not having the same stuff all the time. Once again, excuse my ratty nails, I really need to go and take this nail varnish off, but I'll do my food first. So what I'm going to make now is the overnight oats and also the chicken skewers. Just trying to think if I'll actually skewer up the second ones or if I'll just put the chicken aside ready to do it. No, I probably will put them together. Anyway, and for dinner tomorrow, I'm going to do the posh baked beans with bacon. And this sounds quite simple, which, you know, I guess technically it is, but it drew my eye because it's got like carrots and celery and onion and all sorts, like really bulking it out. It's almost like a stew, but I thought that would be really nice on a jacket potato. So that's what I'm going to have on Monday evening. And the beans should make enough for 4 portions. So I thought that's convenient because then I can have it Wednesday, Thursday and Friday for my breakfast on toast or a bagel or whatever. So that's breakfast sorted for the rest of the week. So then Tuesday, I thought, let's go something different, and I've not had for a while, is mini quiches. I've had a butternut squash in the cupboard for a little while now, so nice thing to use it in crush the squash mini quiches. So again, I'm going to make these tomorrow night. You'll notice on my plan, I like to write down when I'm going to make stuff as well, because I'm not doing like a meal prep, but I kind of prep as I go along, and that's the idea. This is the kind of meal plan that I need to do. It's the one I get along with best. It's got the most room for manoeuvre. You know, if I do change my mind or if something crops up unexpectedly, like for example, I could easily freeze some of those baked beans and bacon things. There's a couple of, there's a stew later on that I could freeze, like some other stuff from the freezer. You know, I don't have to have that day if anything changed. You know, so it's quite flexible. Anyway, so I'm basically doing exactly what they said there, except that I forgot to buy some of the tasty beetroot that I really like from the fresh bit. So that may change, or I may buy some, because I did still want to, I forgot a couple of things basically, and I still need to go to Sainsbury's, so I'll probably nip down tomorrow night. And then for dinner on Tuesday, spiced aubergine and lentil salad, which I will serve warm, and that's for me and mum on film night. So I'll just make enough that day just for that one meal for the 2 of us, and that will. And you'll notice on each thing I write down the name of the book. So this is Free Food on the Go, so FFOTG, and then I always write the page number so that it's nice and easy for me to come along and look up. It's really nice when doing a meal plan, if you can get like an all-round book, you can kind of just do your meal plan out of one book. It makes life so easy. It's something that you'll probably have seen me do quite a few times before. Anyway, So then Wednesday, obviously we've got those baked beans on toast for breakfast, which we've already spoken about. We've got the skewers again for lunch. I'm going to be using the This Isn't Chicken for these skewers. I'm going to use, I think, 1 pack between the two. And if I find that it's not enough food, then I might make up like some couscous to go with it or something on the day. So it'll be nice and easy, but it's easy to bulk out, you know. And then Wednesday evening, right at the end of the book, I found this spicy lentil and chickpea stew, which sounded really nice. It's got harissa spices in, etc., etc. So I thought, that sounds nice. I thought, but do you know what? I've not had this, like, in this plan, is any pasta. I mean, you guys know I like my pasta. So, but because I do have potatoes, I've also been fancying jacket potatoes again lately. So I'm going to make this stew, and then it doesn't really matter what I have it with. So I've just put, like, with pasta or jacket. You know, I could have it with quinoa if I wanted. That hit like 3 protein elements. That's not bad. Or anything really. I could have it with rice. So yeah, that's open. But the point is, I will be serving it with something. And I'm having the same on Thursday, which is Slimming World night, and I'm always pushed for time on Thursdays. So it's nice to have Thursdays where I don't have to make anything. So that's really useful as well. Where are we? So yeah, we've got that lentil and chickpea stew. So I'll make that Wednesday night. Obviously I have the leftovers Thursday. Thursday, again, it's all stuff that we've had before. So we've got the squash mini quiches, beans on toast for breakfast, that lentil stew for dinner. And then Friday, beans on toast, the last portion. And then we're making a chickpea and roasted squash salad with, again, this isn't chicken. So I'll be making all the stuff that needs to be cooked for that. I'll cook it on Thursday night. So there's no like preps. It's not going to take up my time Thursday night. I can just have the oven on. And then Friday lunchtime, which also is another I always get very, very pushed for time on Thursdays and Fridays. So this is why I'm trying to make my meal plans work out a little bit better. So I can easily make those little cooked elements on Thursday night, and then I can just chuck it all together Friday because I'll have everything there ready to go. So that looked like a really nice salad in the book. So I'm looking forward to that one. And I'll be repeating that Sunday for lunch. You see where I'm going with this, just always go on 2 days. Then I've got Friday night, I've put in sweet potato chips because I've got a bag of them that have been in the freezer for God knows how long. Never tried them before. It's the Slimming World ones, of course, so they're sin-free. So they need to get eaten. So why not make it into a fun night? I've also got Slimming World bean burgers, the smoky ones. They're really tasty. They do fall apart, but they are really, really nice. So, you know, maybe Friday morning I could sub the toast for just something else, or just not have a healthy extra B choice in the morning, and then I could have my roll, my bean burger in a roll, like a proper burger, or I could just have it on a plate. So, you know, it's a little bit flexible. Anyway, Saturday, so that's obviously from the freezer. Then Saturday, breakfast, it very much depends when I get up and how organised I am as to whether or not I have my breakfast before Mum comes over. But for lunch, I'm planning in a green Bulgar salad. So what I'll be doing is doing another shop at some point in the week. So it might be that it's Friday night. I'm thinking that's probably the most likely time because I've already got my dinner planned out and it's nice and easy and doesn't really require any prep. That means that after work on Friday, I'll be able to go to the shops. So that works out nicely. So Saturday, green Bulgar salad. This looked so good in the book. The ingredients, like all the things I love. It had green beans, it had courgettes, I think it had tender stem broccoli, it had broad beans in there, which I normally substitute broad beans for edamame beans, but I have run out and they don't sell them anywhere near me. You know, it's way too bougie. So, so I don't know what I'm going to do. You can get frozen broad beans up here though, so I might do the broad beans. I'm just not that much of a fan of the taste of them. So we'll see. We'll see about that one. But yeah, looking forward to that. But the only thing is it doesn't really have a dressing or flavour as such. I think the only like flavour was maybe a bit of lemon juice, and I think chives was in that one. So we'll see how I go. I might add some bulk, you know, jazz that one up a little bit. And then Saturday evenings, again, is like a sort of treat night for dinners. And again, I've not had noodles in this plan this week. So I was thinking I might do noodles, or I might do my sticky tofu, or I could do sticky tofu with noodles. But normally I like to do it with rice. So that's like my nice treaty thing for Saturday night. And it's very, very flexible. So that will be able, if I've got any veg left over that needs using or whatever, then I can incorporate that Saturday night. And then Sunday, again, very much variable as to whether or not I eat breakfast, depending on how quickly I get myself going in the day. But I'll have lunch made, which is nice because I'm not very good at having lunches made on the weekend. My eating just goes bizarre. And then for dinner on Sunday, I really like to have a green pasta on a Sunday night. And it's not something that I've been doing much lately because I've not been planning it very well to have stuff in. So because I'm going to have some green stuff in, it should be nice and easy to do a green pasta on Sunday night. And then I actually did flip over and carry on. I started carrying on to the next week because I had... I will have a portion of the green Bulgar salad from a Saturday lunch. So that's already in for Monday lunch, and then we can just perpetually carry on. And I also noted down some recipes that I didn't squeeze into this week, but I thought might be nice for next week. So I've written them down to remind myself for next week. So there we go. Hopefully that was interesting. Like I said, do take a screenshot if you want to see this meal plan. Obviously, as we go through the week, as usual, I'll show you what I make and how I make it, etc. But if you've got the book, then do check out these recipes. My Tesco seem to have stopped selling oat. Now, I don't actually like the oat chicken very much. It just doesn't taste of anything, and it's not really got a chickeny texture, I don't think. I just don't remember being very impressed with it, but it's a lot cheaper than the This Isn't Chicken. But I really love This Isn't Chicken. And when I went to the shops, they didn't have the oat one. They had This Isn't Chicken, so I just picked that up because, you know, I was like, yay, I don't have to buy the oat one. It's like justifying it to myself like a naughty child. Anyway, so yeah, that's the meal plan. So right now I need to go and prepare myself to make the overnight oats and the chicken skewers, which essentially is just making the little saucy thing and cooking some This Isn't Chicken so that it's ready to thread onto skewers with the other bits. So really, really, really simple, which is nice. So now based on that meal plan, I can show you my shopping. Now I've not laid this out nicely and the counter needs a wipe because my Revitas exploded everywhere when I did them at lunch. Well, I say lunchtime, yeah, whatever it was. Anyway, so there's Revita dust everywhere, which is joyous. Anyway, so yeah, this is basically everything I bought based off of that meal plan. So as you can see, I've got loads of lovely fresh veg. I bought pineapple fingers rather than a whole pineapple just to save room and also to make sure I did actually do it and eat it properly because I have a terrible habit of buying a pineapple and then not using it, which is silly because they're so easy to prepare. I got asparagus tips as like an extra, so I'm going to have them for tea tonight because they were on offer and I just could not resist because I love asparagus. The bacon I got for the posh baked beans and bacon, I went with the Vivera plant bacon. The only reason why, normally I would buy the This Isn't Bacon, but you get more in this one, so I thought it would bulk it out a bit more over the 4 portions. And also this one is completely sin free and the other one is just half a sin. It doesn't really make a lot of difference, but you know, it's just for completeness. And also I think this one is a little bit cheaper as well, and you know, you do get more in there. So I do absolutely love the other one, but this one's really tasty too, and it's quite salty. Like I don't like it on its own. But in that baked beanie thing, I think it will give it some really nice flavour. So I thought that's what I'll do with that one. Obviously, as I mentioned, I bought some This Isn't Chicken. I got 2 packets. So 1 packet for the skewers, which I'm going to make now for 2 portions, and 1 packet for the, there's like a chickpea and roasted squash and chicken salad at the end of the week. So that's what the other pack is for. I bought 2 of these yogurts. Obviously you saw that I ate one, but I just got 2 just as a little treat because they're £1 each, and I'm sorry I can't afford to buy that many when they're that price. And yeah, everything else was on my list. So got some mint and parsley, I got some fruit, I got a load of tomatoes for that chickpea stew, which I'm sure I should have just done tin tomatoes for ease, but it does say to roast them, so I thought no, we'll do it properly, make it tasty. I got some courgettes to have with stuff. Things I forgot to buy included some extra cannellini beans because I've only got 1 tin left in my house, and normally I have a sort of standing stock of 4, I think. Same as most of my tins, I normally have about 4 on average, so that's annoying. so I forgot to buy them. So I'll have to get them. I also, as I said, I didn't go to Sainsbury's, and that's where I get my spices and stuff from, because there was a couple of spices I've run out of that I needed to go and get more. So that's probably the shop I'll be going to tomorrow evening, to just go and complete my shop. But the vast majority is here. The most expensive things were, of course, the fake meats, because these are £3.50 a pack for the This Isn't Chicken, which is super expensive. But so that's £7, but it is over 4 meals, I guess, so you know, it's kind of okay. This, I can't remember how much it is. I think it's £2, £2.50 or something, but again, it's over 4 meals, so whatever. The pineapple was quite expensive. I think it was £2 something. But everything else, it's pretty cheap. So, oh, and the yogurt, obviously that's expensive too. But yeah, pretty much everything else is, everything's under £1, I think. Except, well, the asparagus would be £2, but it was £1 on, like 95p on offer, which is why I got it. Yeah, and that's that. So there we are. I'm gonna put this all away and get myself ready to make my shiz. Okay, so the first thing I'm making is the sweet and sour chicken skewers. And the first thing I need to do for that is to make the marinade. I am actually doubling the amount that they've said in the book. I'm not really sure why. In my head, I had it that I was using double the amount of chicken, so making it for 2 portions. I don't really know how much one of these packets is compared to a chicken breast. Like, maybe it is worth 2. It probably is. Anyway, so started with 1 tablespoon of soy sauce, with a tablespoon of white wine vinegar, and a tablespoon of tomato puree. Right, it said half a teaspoon of sweetener, which obviously, as I'm doubling the recipe, so that would be 1 teaspoon, but I'm really not a fan of sweetener, so I'm still going to use half the amount, which is half a teaspoon, and then actually I'm going to make it a bit less as well, so because I don't really want it to ruin it if it's not very nice. So we'll just use that little tiny bit. Adding half a teaspoon of 5 spice and a little bit of garlic. It says garlic salt, but I'm just using ground garlic. Now just going to attempt to mix it all together. Now, admittedly, I've used, you know, a sizable bowl because I wasn't sure of quantity, but this is double the amount the recipe made. So, I mean, we're talking like a couple of tablespoons of marinade, if that. So I'll just see how it goes with coating the This Isn't Chicken. I feel like I might just add a teensy bit more soy sauce in. You guys know me, I can't resist just amending things. But that'll make up for the fact that I had no added salt in mine. So I'll mix this and add in my This Isn't Chicken. All right, so now that I've mixed that up and it looks beautiful, I'm just gonna saute it in my beautiful non-stick pan. Don't worry, this isn't on. And while I do that, I'm gonna chop up my red pepper and pineapple and spring onion, ready to do my skewers. It must be said, fair play, that did not take me long at all. It was just a case of chopping everything and sort of having the chicken style pieces cooking while I was doing that. So here is the finished product. 2 beautiful lunches worth of these little kebabbies. Now, mine are not completely sin-free just because This Isn't Chicken is not sin-free. It's half a sin for half a pack. So each one of these lunches is just half a sin. So happy days. I just cannot complain at that. Suddenly it's all go because I just realised it's like 7:30 and I'm starving. Well, it's 7:30 now. It wasn't obviously a few minutes ago when I realised how late it was. So I am making just some pasta for dinner, and with it I'm just sauteing off some veg. I've got the rest of the red pepper that I cut up for those little kebabs. I've got a courgette that I've cubed, that packet of asparagus that I've chopped up, and also a whole big old heap of spinach ready to go in a sec. And then also in that pan for protein, I've got from my freezer, because I've basically only used 6 syns today. Well, not basically, I have only used 6 syns today. So I bought loads of these squeaky bean, like they're the ready to eat like sandwich meat type things. I bought loads of them last summer, I think, sometime last year. And because they were reduced, and I had them all in the freezer. So problem is they're relatively sinny, which I didn't realise at the time. So anyway, this one's 5.5 syns, so I just defrosted it in the microwave, and then I've just chucked it in that pan. This is the smoky barbecue flavour, so that's 5.5 syns, and that's all the syns that's going to be in my dinner, so I'm on 11.5 now. Also, just quickly trying to prep my overnight oats. So each of these 2 pots has 40 grams of oats, actually slightly under because the bag ran out, and then like 150 mils of plain unsweetened Alpro almond milk, which will come out of my Healthy Extra A choice because, you know, that's cool. And then also 100 grams of Alpro plain Greek yogurt, so half a syn per one of those. So these are just half a syn each plus Healthy Extra B and a bit of, well, like half of a Healthy Extra A. And then I just need to find some bits to add in. But what I'm going to do is just, oh, I've got some blueberries, but I'm not sure how okay they are. So I'm just going to go through them now. And then, to be honest, that'll probably be it because I don't really have a lot else that I can add because my bananas aren't very ripe. Okay, there was enough blueberries to salvage, so that was good. Only a few little baddie ones, so happy days. So I'm just going to pop these in the fridge and then serve up my dinner. I've managed to make this look super attractive by putting a full tablespoon of my smoky barbecue flavoured Nooch seasoning from Barbecue Kitchen. A tablespoon is 3 teaspoons and they're half a teaspoon, so it's 1.5 syns. Along with the 5.5, that makes 7 syns for dinner. Add that to the 6 that I'm already on, and that gives us 13 syns out of my 25 so far. Oh, and I put a sprinkle of lime juice on as well, just to moisten. So, just to fill you in on my Netflix viewing, in case you're interested, I am currently watching 2 series on Netflix, both kind of opposite end of the scale. So one is Ginny and Georgia, which I am loving. It is so up my street. It reminds me completely of Insatiable, that kind of like feel to it, because it's yeah, it's really entertaining. So Ginny and Georgia, and then the other one is a really brand new one called The Irregulars, which is set in a Sherlock Holmes-esque style of London, but where like supernatural things are kind of around, sort of a bit, but yeah. So but that's really good as well. It's really different, and I'm thoroughly enjoying that as well. So there you go. Just wanted to recommend those 2, and that's what I'm going to be watching while I eat my dinner. So dinner was really nice, and I've just been clearing up all the kitchen and taking the rubbish out, and I've just made myself a cup of nighttime tea by Pucker, my usual thing, and also a hot chocolate. This is the Galaxy Vegan Hot Chocolate, 5 syns for 25 grams of the powder, and then on top I've got Food Heaven Vegan Squirty Cream, which is half a syn for 2 tablespoons, and I've put 4 tablespoons on, so that's 1 syn. So in total my hot chocolate is 6 syns. I'm really sorry for being a little bit tearful. I've just had like an absolute meltdown, so I'm really, really sorry. I'm not sad or anything, it's just anxiety. So I don't know if you guys know that I oh god. I don't know if you guys know that, some of you know that I, before COVID and everything, I was doing fossil hunting, part of a group, I have been for years, part of this group that leads fossil hunts. I'm a leader with them. So we take groups out to various locations in the UK. We all have like an area, so mine's sort of south and west. Yeah, basically, with obviously government rules changing and things, they're talking about, you know, where we're gonna start. Oh God, even thinking about it, I'm panicking. Talking about starting up hunts and stuff again, fossil hunts. So there's certain hunts that each of us leaders tend to lead. So I've got 3 in my name. And one of them is in May, provisionally. So the boss was just asking us all to confirm if we can do them, and it's just brought on such anxiety because I can't do it. I'm not ready yet. In May, it's too soon. Oh, that is so weird because I generally I know that I wasn't feeling keen about, you know, things like going back to the office or anything like that, and that's fine because I don't have to do that, certainly not imminently. But the thought of leading a hunt of 20 paying people, and, you know, it'll be outside and in theory distanced and everything. Anyway, it's had this reaction in me, which I really wasn't expecting, because I genuinely thought that I'm not too bad now compared to what I was. So that's an interesting development. And it's all fine, I'm not going to have to do it. It's just really thrown me for a loop. So, yeah. So I'm just going to sit here quietly and have my hot chocolate a minute and just calm myself down. Because how silly to get in this state at the thought of leading a hunt that I don't even have to lead. Oh, sorry guys. Hey guys, so it's my last update of the day. Sorry about earlier, it's just so funny how anxiety can just come on. Anyway, so I'm having the same drinks as I did earlier. Again, it's like deja vu in my house. Every evening's the same. So I've got another hot chocolate, Galaxy Vegan hot chocolate with 25 grams of powder, which is 5 syns. Lost my mind. And then 4 tablespoons of the Food Heaven Squirty Cream, so 2 syns. No, 1 syn. 1 syn, because it's half syn for 2 tablespoons. Yes, it's 1 syn, so it's 6 syns for that, and then another pucker nighttime tea. And that is everything from me today. I'm just having some water, gonna have my drinks, and then I'll be heading off to bed because it's a work day tomorrow. A full week of work. So yeah, that's all from me. Thank you very much for watching. I'm pretty sure I'm finishing on exactly 25 syns today, but I'll, as always, have the summary just right at the end of the video after this, so you can have a look and see how it all broke down. But I will see you all tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching. I'm sorry it's a bit of a long one today, but hopefully the meal planning portion of it was useful for you. Right guys, I'll see you tomorrow. Night night.